What's up everyone, it's Adam from Life of Adam, and today I have a brand new lifeguard tip video. Before I start, I want to let you guys know that I have a bunch of lifeguard tip videos on my channel talking about how to pass the written test, swim test, brick dive test, basically a lot of information that you guys can incorporate when lifeguarding or trying to pass the lifeguard test. So if you're new to the channel, definitely consider subscribing. But today we're gonna talk about 3 tips that you guys can incorporate when guarding at a pool. So when you're actively scanning the pool, when you're on duty, and when you're like sitting up in a chair. My first tip for you guys is to project your voice. I've worked with so many lifeguards that are afraid to yell and really get their voice from in here, and they're just like kind of awkward, or they don't want to be too like intimidating to like younger kids. But I'm telling you guys, you have to project your voice because nobody is going to take you seriously, especially the older kids, if you like whisper or are afraid to tell them stop doing this, stop running, stop hanging on the rope. You got to be in the middle of being extremely commanding versus like very lightly, like barely talking. So you got to find that median. It depends on the age. You don't want to be too over the top to like younger kids, but you want to find that middle spot. You'll find that over time when you lifeguard, the more shifts you have, the more experience you get, which means you'll find like your sort of style of like telling people what to do. And so my number 1 tip is to definitely project your voice. My second tip for you guys is to not be afraid to blow your whistle. A lot of people like barely blow on it, so nobody hears it, especially if you're in an outdoor pool. It doesn't really matter how loud you use your whistle, and maybe if you're in indoors, if you don't want to like destroy everyone's ears, but when you're in an outdoor pool, let's say you're guarding like a camp and there's a bunch of kids, don't be afraid to just howl on that thing. No one really cares. It's gonna be even better for you because you're gonna get literally everyone's attention in the entire pool, and it shows your confidence level that you're not afraid to get everyone's attention and say what you need to say. So those first 2 tips kind of go hand in hand. If you master both of them, you're gonna be great at enforcing rules and safety. So there's not gonna be a lot of like risky situations if you're very good at communicating with the swimmers. My third tip for you guys is to try not to daydream and gaze off. There's been so many times where I've missed things, where I just try to I just lose track of where I am. I just daydream, think of other things. You have to be ready. I'm not talking about being like an absolute hardo and like scanning like the surface of the pool every 30 seconds. I'm just being like, just be aware of where people are. Just look behind you, just to make sure if there's kids running behind you or like adults, it depends on where you work. Just be aware, because this summer, my first day of lifeguarding, I had to jump in and save someone. So like rescues can happen like at any second. You just gotta be ready. So don't like gaze off or like fall asleep. I'm telling you guys, you gotta be ready. If you're late to respond, that could really come back to hurt you, because negligence is a real thing, and a lot of lifeguards get screwed over about like negligence and not responding on time or not doing the proper rescue. So you always gotta be ready. And if you combine all these tips together, you guys are gonna be great lifeguards, and you guys are really gonna enjoy your summer jobs, winter jobs, whenever you guys are lifeguarding. It's a very rewarding job. You get to look good. You get to do like a pretty easy job until something actually happens. But I hope you guys enjoy. Definitely like and subscribe if you are new to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next lifeguarding video. Peace out.